we are going to do is we're going to do a YouTube tutorial to show you how to upload videos to YouTube, and also what you can do to get your YouTube videos found. So what you do is you start off, I have a bunch of tabs open, but we're going to start off in a new window. And we're going to go to, of course, youtube.com. And this is your general home page, what you see when you go on YouTube. It's a bunch of videos from people you've subscribed to, if you have subscribers. If you're new to YouTube, then you might see just general recommended videos like here at the bottom. What are our general directory here at YouTube? You have your main sidebar here. It has your channel where you put videos. Your subscription, the channels that you subscribe to, that you like, and I'll show you how to do that. General history of what you watched, and there is a selection where you can select things to watch later. Say you're really busy, I'll show you how to do that, and this will be like your queue, like your Netflix queue where you can watch videos. We also have a playlist of like videos that is standard. You can also make playlists, specialized playlists for whatever you like. Here, I'm subscribed to the Junior League of Atlanta, yay. Daryl Eves, who is an amazing marketer that tells you basically everything you need to know about how to start a YouTube channel. So I really recommend you subscribe to him or go watch his videos. You see he's listed right up here. Future X News, which is my news station, and D News, which is one of my favorite news stations. So those are examples of some subscribers. This is not the channel that I use on a daily basis. This is what I call one of my junk channels. So there's nothing really here. But what I'm going to start and show you is what the channel or what a channel page looks like. So I'm going to click my channel right here. Up at the top, it tells you how many subscribers you have. I don't use this channel, so I have 0 subscribers. It tells you the current views that you have. And this is your video manager, which I'll go over later. Home, videos, playlists, channels, discussions, and about. As you click on these, they're little tabs that tell you a little bit more about what is available for you to watch within that channel. These are all little videos that I've done, and I've moved to other channels. I don't have any playlists right now, but if you like to do a playlist, you can create a playlist within here for anything you'd like. Say you want to create a playlist of cat videos, press New Playlist, and you can create cat videos. And you can create a new playlist and put videos in it as you like by pressing the Add Video button, which you can do by video search, URL, or from within your own YouTube videos. But as you've seen, our little tabs from the home page of our home channel have moved up here. So we're going to go to the Channels tab. These are all the channels I'm subscribed to. And here is the Discussion tab where people can comment on your channel directly. They can also comment on your individual videos. This is not used very often in the YouTube world, but it is very interesting to see what people are saying about your channel, especially if you're trying to get the word out and you're brand new. This is the About channel. Here you would put your channel description and links. Say if you had a link to another website that you wanted, an affiliate website, you would go into links and add your email address and custom links. You can do a whole bunch of different ones, but it starts off with your Google Plus one. You can add one here and then give the title and then give the URL for that link. And we'll add a nice little button over here on your right when you press done. So here you see from that Google Plus link, we have a little Google Plus icon that will go to this Google Plus page. Everybody who has a YouTube channel has a Google Plus page. When they introduced Google Plus, they made that happen automatically, so you absolutely don't have a choice about it. But it's good because as Google Plus grows, you have the opportunity to connect your videos automatically with Google Plus, and as you get subscribers, people see that in their feeds automatically. On to the right, you have your general channel tips. They tell you maybe these are some things you should do with your channel. Maybe you should add channel art. Maybe you should add web links to your channel. And you can add other featured channels for other channels that you really, really, really like. We're going to go back to the main YouTube channel. Let's say we want to put a video on our YouTube channel. So there are two different ways you can do that. You can go to the Uploads button and press that. You could go to the Video Manager, and you could go into that way. But the easiest way is to press the Upload button. And here you can either drop or drag files to put them on there. But I have a file, let's see, it's on my other screen, so it's a ferry ride I took in Boston. So I'm going to put that in there, and it'll instantly start uploading. It will automatically put a title, whatever the title of your video was, in here. Usually you want to keep the title of the video and the title of the YouTube video around the same. When it comes to metrics, it's just better. So when you create a video and you edit a video, make sure you name it exactly what you want it to be on YouTube. You have the option to make this video public or unlisted or private. Public, everyone can see it, you can search for it. Unlisted, no one can actually search for it. They have to specifically go on your channel and look for it, or they have to be given the link for it. Private, you can only access it if you have a link, and it will not be in the listing, and no one can find it or find keywords for it. Down here, you can also add messages directly for your social media. So say I wanted to say, hey, this is a video about Boston. Well, let's say Beaston. I could add it directly to my Google Plus or to my Twitter by clicking these little icons over here, these little check boxes. And you can sign in right here. It'll instantly open up if you've never connected your site to anything, or your site to Twitter. You can also add others by using the links, descriptions that we went over earlier. Also, you have the ability to do a description for your video. This is very important. Descriptions are also a part of the metrics for YouTube, is a part of how people find your videos. A lot of people think it's just tags. Descriptions are really important as well, because when people see your video on social media, they'll see part of your description, and it might encourage them to watch your video just to see what the end of the description is. The next thing you have is tags. Tags can be a little bit more complicated. There are some major tags that you should definitely do, and those are specific tags, compound tags, generic tags, and sometimes you should even do tags that are just general misspellings, because people misspell things in the engine all the time and things pop up. So for instance, this is about a ferry ride in Boston. So for a specific tag, I would put Boston, and it would ask me for suggestions, like say a city, town, or village. Since we're talking about Boston, the city, we can click that. Sometimes it's also good to put a general one without any location attached to it, Boston. Then you could put ferry. You could put ferry industry if you wanted to do that. And now you can put in compound tags as well. For compound tags, you have the ability to put in multiple words. So if you were Googling something, you generally wouldn't put in just like Boston ferry. You put in Boston, what is a Boston ferry like? And that's an example of a compound tag. Also, putting the title as a compound tag is really important, so people can find it by title if they're looking it up. Also, you can do generic tags, which are generally how-to tutorial. So for this one, you could put how to ride the ferry in Boston. And those could be your tags for that. It'll also give you suggested tags, and after you do a couple, usually it gives you really good suggestions. So it was a tourist destination. I did a ferry in Boston. I was like a tour. So I'll click that. You can also click tourism. And also, since I have how to ride the ferry, you can also click how to. And let's say, you know, that's as many characters as we want to put in there right now. We're going to stop. Those are just general examples. But if for any reason you wanted to do a misspelling as well, you could put ferry instead of ferry, the correct spelling. So it allows you 150 characters that you can put in there. You'll realize really quickly once you start making videos and putting them on YouTube that what keywords are good for you to use and what keywords are not as good. Sometimes it's just touch and go, getting out there, putting your videos out there, seeing how they do. How-tos are usually really good. Any tutorial is usually going to get a lot of hits. So it's really good that you guys get out there, start making your videos. It's going to be slow at first, but don't get discouraged. And I'm sure your videos will be awesome, and I can't wait to see them. But let's move on here to the bottom, and we'll move on to video thumbnails. The video thumbnails that it gives you is one that's about a third way through your video, one that's towards the middle, and one that's towards the end. And you can choose either of those videos. I'm going to choose this one. Or you can put in a custom thumbnail. Once upon a time, you were only able to do a custom thumbnail if you monetized your account. It's now gotten to the point where you can actually you're actually able to do a custom thumbnail without paying for it or either doing a monetized account. So that's really good. So now you can put in your thumbnail. You can either do your own screen capture from the video of your choice, or you can find a picture online that is, of course, legal to use as your thumbnail. Thumbnails are really important on YouTube because it's the first thing people see about your video before they read the description. And it lets them know, what the video is about. So you really want to be as clear as you possibly can in your thumbnail. Usually it's good to use landmarks. So with that in mind, we could use this one more than we could use this one because this shows the skyline of Boston and probably would be a better thumbnail than the other one. So now our last thing we can do is we've made a playlist. And you see here we have cat videos, which is what we did earlier, but we can create a new playlist from within here, say Boston playlist, if I had a collection of Boston videos. And you can also, like you can do with the video, make this playlist public, unlisted, or private. Private is great if you have like videos of the family that you don't necessarily want to be on the internet largely. But you want them to be there to access later for your friends and family through a private link. You can do that. I'm just going to leave this private. Unlisted can be used similarly. So we're going to put that in a Boston playlist. Now that it's all done processing, we're going to hit publish. Before we hit publish, you can see here that you can see where the video will be located before it's published here. But once we publish it, you can either return to editing this piece, or you could go to the link to see where it's been published. Or you can add more videos. If you have a list of videos from Boston that you want to add at one time, you can do them all at one time if you like. So this is our Boston video. won't play the whole thing, but if you look down here, there are some options that you can use to make your video a little, stand out a little bit more, to add annotations that people can click in the video, and to generally make it a little bit more special. Here we have info and settings. That's the selection we just came from, where it basically does a description and tags. We have enhancements. You actually have a little bit of enhancements here on YouTube where you can colorize your photos a different way. You can do image stabilization. The thing with some of the enhancements, some work better than others, so just keep that in mind. There's also audio. Say you didn't add audio during the production process of the video. You can add it afterwards by pressing this audio button. You also have the option to use some of YouTube's pre-approved music. Say if there's an incident where your music isn't approved because it's under copyright, YouTube will upload your video without the music attached to it. And you might be in the position where you have to use audio to put in new music. But I'd advise you not to use music that is copyrighted. There's annotations where you can add links inside, and captions, which are pretty straightforward, similar to the way you do them on television. So I'll show you a little bit about enhancements. It works just like your Photoshop or any of your regular photo editing process. You can do fill lights to make things brighter, contrast, saturation, temperature, color, and you can also speed up or slow down your video. Here it gives you the option just to speed it up. On some features on my actual other channel, because I've been on longer, I have unlocked different features. It allows you the ability to go slower and faster. You can trim the video any way you like as well, and rotate the video left and right. It has filters just like Instagram, which is really cool, and that's a relatively new feature, as well as special effects. For example, you can blur people's faces if for whatever reason they didn't want to be on camera. You can blur out their faces for that reason, which is really great add-on, and that's also new. Here's the audio I explained earlier. Even though I have audio in my video, you can also add tracks here. They have some here that you can test out, and they change every week, and they have all kinds of different categories. I think it says here there used to be like 7, but now there's 150,000 for you to try out. So this is worth looking at if you just want to put music to your video and you're not too particular about what type you want to put on. You can always revert it to original afterwards if you don't like the music, or you can save once you've completed which music that you wanted to choose, excuse me. Here we have the ability to add annotations, and those are those sometimes amazing, sometimes annoying bubbles that pop up during the middle of videos. You can do a speech bubble where you put little words over people's heads. You can move where the bubbles speak, or I actually don't know the name of that, but you can move where the bubble is located, make it larger or smaller. And then you can put text in. Or if you don't like it, you can easily delete it by hitting the trash can here. You can change the font, the color, and right now we just have black and white, but you could change the background as well to any color you like to make your bubble stand out. These features are pretty much similar as you go through the annotations. I'm going to take this annotation out, so I'm going to delete it. There's a note, which just leaves a little note there. You can also link it to a video, a playlist. Say you want to link to your cat videos. They're really important to you and you want people to know. You can link directly to your channel by putting your channel link there. Your Google Plus profile page, you can have a link so people can subscribe. There's also a way for you to do that manually, that automatically, that it'll pop up every time. And you can also put in fundraising projects, which is really exciting, and this will be something we use for the JLA probably to get the word out about our projects in the community. General titles, if you like to add one. Spotlight. Spotlight is really useful if you have something in your video that you want to be clickable, and that you do in the pre-editing process. You can make a spotlight, move the box around it. And this bottom part is actually the title. It's white right now, so you can't really see it. Title. Yeah, there you go. The little title shows up down here, and then whatever you like, say you like to mark the sun, you could have marked the sun there. And label, which is very similar to title, but it's not usually clickable. But you can make it clickable as well. Like, some of these are very similar, but they have unique differences that you can probably go through on your own time and figure out which one works best for you. Then we also have subtitles. This is not something people use a lot, but if you know you're going to have people who are deaf or are hard of hearing, and you want to put subtitles in there, you have the option to. You can either use their system to automatically make the subtitles, which I don't recommend because it's in beta and it's not perfected yet, or you can add in the subtitles yourself. That's a whole other tutorial. It's a little bit harder to go through, and I will maybe do a tutorial about that in the future. But that's it for your general video settings. To give you a little bit more idea of what the background looks like for somebody who's making a video, I'm going to take a second and go to the Creator Studio. You can either get to the Creator Studio by going here, clicking here in Creative Studio. You can also make other channels. Once upon a time, it was impossible for you to make more than one YouTube channel because they made you have one YouTube account. And now you can only put one channel on one YouTube account. Now they've given you the ability to pretty much create as many channels as you want under one YouTube name account, and it's really nice. I wouldn't have 5 YouTube accounts if that was the case. So for instance, you can go to Creative Studio here for that particular channel, or you can go here in the left sidebar, go to My Channel, and you can hit the Video Manager, which will take you to the Creative Studio anyway. You will learn about YouTube is that they change the names of things all the time. So I'm going to tell you the names of these things now, and they'll be different in 3 months. So hopefully this stays relevant for as long as possible. Here at the Creative Studio, if you go in through this way, you'll come through at the dashboard. And the dashboard has these really interesting widgets that tell you about what's going on with your channel. So here are our most recent videos. Here are our video statistics, our stats for the last 30 days. Like I said, there's not much going on because this is one of my channels I don't use very often. Then it'll have this amazing widget which will tell you what's new and give you tips from other YouTubers who are really popular. And there's this amazing thing called the Creator Academy, and I'll tell you where that is at the end of the video so you can look it up and go create things for yourself or get a certificate, because they actually give you a certificate of completion once you do their Creator Academy, and it kind of gives you the rundown on everything you need to know in extreme detail about YouTube and creating content. Tips, general tips again, like on the home page of your channel. And comments as they come in. If you put a comment in your video, it's going to automatically come up as a comment, the first comment on your video. So here it is. But as we get more fans, all of our fans' comments will come through here. We can moderate them through here or just look at them through here. The next on the sidebar is the Video Manager. Video Manager just generally has your videos that are listed. Under that is events, live events, which right now we are filming this, so this is us in live events. And next we have playlist, And this is our Boston playlist we created with the ferry ride and the cat videos again. Then we have our search history of everything we've done here. And likes. These are all videos I've liked. Some of these are from my channel. And some of these are, I like a John Mayer video, so that popped up. And here are comments. So I just put this comment, and this is under the community tab. Community, you have messages that people send you about your videos. You can also approve comments through here. Subscribers, the people who are your subscribers will come up in a big list here. Like I said, I don't use this channel, so I don't have any subscribers, but it'll come up in a huge list telling you a little bit about your subscribers. Unless they decide to be private, then you will not see any information about them, but a profile, face, and just their general name sometimes not even that. This is another way for you to put in and control your subtitles or your closed caption. This is your general email box. It takes you to a whole different page when you do it, so you can just go back. Right now I don't have any messages, but you can share a personal message with other people on YouTube. People on YouTube love getting messages. They love reaching out to people, so don't feel ashamed or to get out there and ask people questions. People absolutely love it. And here we're going to go back to community. We have community settings. You can do approve users. If somebody says something inappropriate, you can ban users. You can blacklist certain words. There are some sites online that give you a whole list of things that should be blacklisted straight off. Some people just go and copy and paste that list and put it in here. You can also set up highlights. Comments and messages from channels with more than 500 subscribers. You can make those come to the top and be your highlighted post. And comments, message from highly engaged fans, popular comments. You can make all of those come to the top of your list and your comments to encourage people to watch your channel and possibly see the channels of people who really like you. Sometimes all it takes is a comment from a really popular person to give you a bunch of new followers. Also for your videos, you can allow comments, you can hold comments for review or disable comments. You can also not have the discussion tab on your channel tabs originally. You can disable those so people cannot comment on your channel itself. You can also add credits, which most people don't actually use this, but so don't really worry about that. When it comes to just general channel settings, you can look at your standing on YouTube, and as you can see here, it has a lot of different options. It tells you if you're following community guidelines, if you've violated copyright. Only time you have to worry if this go yellow or if these go red, then you're in trouble. This will go green once I establish monetization for this. And basically what monetization is I agree to have advertising on my channel, and there are different ways you can set that up. But since we have a little bit more time, I'm going to kind of speed through these. You have a privacy setting here that you can set up. This will be for all of your uploads. Say if this is just a channel you want to make from your family, you can put all of your videos private. You can also choose what category you want all of yours to fall under. Say if you want it to be just audio, you want to do audio videos, you can put it under audio, and it'll automatically update to do that. And also you can change this in info and settings as well if you want to change something for a specific video. You don't have to really mess with this unless you want to do Creative Commons, which means people have the right to use your work in any way. Usually you just put it under a standard YouTube license. You could do a default title, a default description for all of your videos, and default tags that'll pop up. I actually recommend this, especially if you're doing a web series, to have like your name be a general one that pops up, the name of the series rather. The name of your channel should be one that automatically pops up. You can also allow comments and questions from here as well, and select the standard language, caption certification, and also video improvements you want to make each time. And if you like to put the location of your video, some people think that's a little bit too much information for one of the world's largest search engines. You can actually put your video location that you've done when you filmed the video or when you actually published it to the internet site. And you can also make video statistics be there or be gone if you want people to know how many video views you've gotten. Here, if you want to go to channel school, you press that and it'll take you to a different page. And this is for educators if you want to do anything, for example, educating your students through YouTube. I used to do this when I was teaching in Korea. I use YouTube a lot to make different videos for my students. Use that. Go back to the other page. Everything jumps to other pages now, but you can do in-video programming. You can add a watermark. Say you can add a custom avatar to your video. You can also display when you want little featured videos, pop-ups to come up. So say we had a trailer for JLA and people wanted to learn more about JLA, we could do a special pop-up that shows up within a certain time within all of our videos to say, hey, you want to know more about us, you should watch this video. And you can also add a branding intro, which is sort of what our opening animation is like for our videos that we'll have in the future that we just debuted today in our meeting. Fan Finder. This is something that can be incredibly useful when you have a certain amount of fans. I think the minimum amount of fans are about 100 to do this. So it really doesn't help you until you get 100 subscribers. But it's interesting to go through and read on your own time and see what that's like. I won't go over advanced because I'll give you a look through it, because this is sort of like a basics of YouTube. So you can change your name, you can change your country, general things that you probably want to change in the long run once you become more professional. This is really technical too, so I'm just going to go over this giant tab of analytics. It shares your views, your demographics. It tells you everywhere your views are coming from. It tells you what platforms are coming from. Everybody on this channel has either watched, mostly everyone, has watched either on an embedded player on another site, or they watched on the YouTube watch page, which is the home page for YouTube. The video, the first page you see when you come on YouTube with all of the videos on it. And it tells you your top traffic sources. If you share videos a lot, this will have like Facebook, it will have Twitter, it'll have Instagram, Vine on there. You also have the ability to download the report. All of this is just basically, this is the overview, and you can go through all of these in extreme details in the future if you'd like. So in the next tab, I'm going to go to Create. Create is basically another way you can access the audio library, which we went over before, and the video editor, where you can actually edit the video that you have on there now. Say there's something in the video that you accidentally left in, you can edit it here. This is not the strongest editing engine. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but if you wanted to, you definitely can, and there's some more and more features to make it interesting. They've added Creative Commons, where you can add video from other places. Say you want to do some establishing shots. Say in my Boston video, if I want to show the Boston skyline, possibly I can find a video in here that has Boston, and then I can do that, and then I can start my video and splice those two together. You have photos, music, and transitions here, as well as different text. So that's pretty much it for the Creative Studio. And that's pretty much it. You can click this up here to open up our sidebar, and we're going to go back to our channel and back to the beginning where we started.